Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer channel. My name is Matt, and this is the post-game live reaction to Inter Miami's versus Toronto in what I believe is a very disappointing 1-1 tie. We're going to get through, we're going to talk about the game, first half, second half. We're going to give players of the game or player of the match, players who underperformed, and just kind of my overall thoughts of how the game went. I just got home like about 30 minutes ago from the stadium, from Chase Stadium. And I ate, and like now I'm ready to talk about this. I'm ready to talk about this game. I listened to the press conference, and before we get into the starting lineup and all that, I believe that I understand that this result and this game at the end of the day has zero significance to the table. But I thought if we play this way, in this manner, on Wednesday against a way better LAFC team, we're just not going to go through. And I just don't know if that's me. I don't know if that's harsh. But in the manner that we tied today, I think was just not up to par as to how this team should be playing against teams like Toronto. Toronto is one of the worst teams in the league, and they have been one of the worst teams in the league for the last couple of years. And for one of the best teams, if not the best team on paper, and what has been looking like the best team in the MLS so far, has played against the worst. Like it's just not acceptable in my opinion. We did get unlucky in a lot of moments. We looked good in certain minutes of the game. We looked pretty bad in other minutes of the game, excuse me. But it's I don't know. That's what I think this is a very disappointing result. I think it was a very disappointing performance. I thought we played okay. It was very mid. But if we play like this on Wednesday, we're just not gonna get it. We're just not gonna go through, unfortunately, and that's just my opinion. Let's welcome everybody into the chat before we get into the starting 11. What's up, Ace Lionel? What's up, Luca? Shout out to Luca. Shout out to Ash. Ace Lionel says, "Let's go, Matty Ice. Get off the toilet already." No, for real, bro. I ate that dinner and I had to fucking use the toilet, man. That's why I had to give myself 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's a loss, not a tie. Says Soccer Daddy. Brad says we are cooked on Wednesday. To be honest, our expectations for this match were low. I mean, yeah, and I feel like that's what makes it disappointing, because I wasn't expecting, like to be honest, no, I was expecting, even if we put our B team out there for us to completely, well, just to beat him at least. I thought we were going to put at least 3, which we could have if our goal didn't get disallowed, but we'll talk about that later. I don't know. I mean, LAFC did not play well either yesterday. But and Mascherano mentioned it in the press conference today that regardless, LAFC has an extra 24 hours of rest, which is extremely, extremely unfair for us, because it's like, well, the MLS could have planned something out. Like they could have easily rescheduled this game for us to play on the same day on Saturday, but for some reason that just didn't happen. We can't just break down a compact defense. Unfortunately, we're gonna get to that. I'm glad that you brought that up about Toronto specifically, but we're gonna get to that in a second. I've got to account for the MLS parity factor. Suarez is the same as the previous season. He started very low, but then he progressed. Okay, so let's get into the starting 11 here, and this is how Inter Miami lined up tonight. Drake Callender made his starting goal, which we all talked about. I think we all kind of assumed that this was going to happen. Ian Frey was at the right back position to start, which was great. Jordi Alba was on the left back spot, and then the two center back partnership was El Toto Aviles and Lujan, which caught me slightly by surprise. And I really hope that this is the center back partnership to replace, like, I hope like they were just resting Maxi Falcon and maybe Toto or Noah Allen, because yeah, we're going to get to it in a second. But Robert Taylor in the midfield, Redondo, Busi with the double pivot with Segovia on the left, Messi and Suarez up top. Messi started. Messi played the full 90 minutes. which is another thing that we're going to get into in a second. We're going to talk about the defense first, then we'll move up to the midfield, then we'll talk about the offense. Let's start with Drake Callender. I thought Drake Callender was fine. Besides the goal that he conceded, that we conceded as a team, um, to be honest, we had like two or three defenders on. Who was it? Bernadeschi, I think, that scored. We had two or three defenders on him, and he was still able to dribble through us, and then like beat the ball to like the left side of the net. And I mean, at that point, like just Drake wasn't expecting it. So that's the only unfortunate thing that happened to him, that happened to the team conceding goals wise. But other than that, I thought he played fine. Like I thought he had a good game. I thought he made some saves. I think he distributed like okay. Nothing really like he was fine. He was totally fine. He didn't play bad. I thought Ian Frey was good. Um, Getting off the ball, his movement I thought was fine. There were some moments, but like it really wasn't anything like crazy. He didn't play a bad game. He didn't play like an amazing game. He just did his job and he did it well. Jordi Alba did fantastic. Lujan, I thought, was the worst player on this team. I thought Aviles had a pretty good game, to be honest. I thought Lujan was so for the first half, the defense are on the opposite side of where I sit. I sit behind the goal. Defense are on the opposite side. So I didn't see him much in that first half. Like I couldn't like really pay attention to what he was doing in that first half. But in the second half, I know for sure he there was a lot of times where he was caught out of position or he would bite a little bit too much. He would get too high in that line, and then he would maybe lose his assignment. He wouldn't like cover for Jordi when Jordi would push up, and that's like essentially the job of our left center back, and that's what Noah Allen does a great job at, is covering Jordi Alba's space behind him, getting into positions when, or transitioning on defense, knowing when to push up, when to not. Noah Allen has done a really good job at that. Lujan really disappointed me tonight with that. So I don't expect him to he shouldn't be making a start on Wednesday. Like I said, Toto, I thought he had a really good game. I think he had like two crucial tackles that ended either counterattacks or prevented a shot on goal. But I thought Aviles had a really good game. In the midfield with Robert Taylor, with Redondo and Busi, I thought Redondo was also probably the second worst player on this team. Like sometimes, like I don't know if I feel like that's a little harsh from this game. He didn't do like horrible, but like I mean like probably when he did mess up, I like just really noticed it, and I didn't really notice anything good out of Redondo, to be honest. I thought Segovia played very well. I thought his off the ball movement was really good. He was just kind of all over the place. He transitioned into central areas. He was getting forward, he was getting back. I mean, like he was and he was playing like outside that box. Like he was just kind of lingering there in that first half, which was just helping to create, which was really good on his end. Robert Taylor, he made a couple of runs in behind, but it was a pretty quiet game from him. I was honestly expecting a little bit more from Robert because of how well he played last time at home against, what was it, Philly. So that sucks for him. For Suarez, dude, like he could have made this. I don't know. He could have put away two or three chances. I think it's been like 2 or 3 games since we've seen Suarez score, and I just don't get it. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say. He could have easily scored like 2 or 3 goals tonight, and he couldn't. But I mean, like, hey, and then he ended up getting subbed out. We ended up seeing Obando make his debut. So I don't know, man. Suarez has to we need to put a fire under Suarez's ass, because there's something has to happen. I have no hate for Suarez. I'm not on that Suarez hate like most people are with the legs and the knees and whatever. But he needs to score. I feel like he just hasn't scored, and we need to see him score. We need to see him put away his chances. With Messi, on the other hand, he looked fired up. He looked very frustrated. The goal was a great goal. He was also denied a goal, So it was a great performance from him. I mean, he was kind of all over the place. Like he was trying to dribble through guys. He was putting in great passes for his teammates. He was creating, and we were able to try our best to get through a very compact, like what Brad said, a very compact Toronto defense. So I thought be good, and they gave him man of the match here, and I would give him man of the match as well. Let me see what you guys are saying before I continue on. Got to account for no, I already read that. Drake should be selected regularly. Really? Okay. I think not having Ashende is affecting us more than we think. I think so too. And that's no disrespect to Robert Taylor, but I think having Ashende on that right hand side and cutting in like really, really gives us like just essentially another striker up top. And like he's really, really good at finishing. He's good at finding those half spaces, or like running him behind. It's really, really, really good. Suarez started the preseason slow, but by now he was firing on all cylinders. To me, he's a clear step down from last year. Which hey, it's understandable. Man is playing past his due date. We basically have no right wing. Same thing happened today. We just ignored Taylor when he was completely open. That's a very interesting and you guys probably saw it better than me because I was sitting behind the goal, so like I really wasn't paying attention. So I would just look at where the ball's at. I honestly didn't even realize that they ignored Taylor, but I totally believe you. I completely believe you in that sense. We miss Ashenda very much. I don't fully trust Calendar in goal. The other commentator was making fun of Obando saying he's 18 but runs like he's 40. Really? Well, my dad said the same thing. He was like, "Yo, you're 18, Obando. We need to see you run." But they're all the way on the other side. I can't even I can barely see what's happening on my end of the field. Ustadi is starting for sure on Wednesday. This match was broadcasted by Dubai. Let's fuck. Oh, what's up, Chris? Yeah, man. Shout out to the Batter Heron. Shout out to shout out to Chris and Danny. I saw Danny at the game today. I said hi to him, and I asked where Chris was, and then Danny was like, "Yeah, Chris is not coming. He sold his ticket." I'm like, "Dude, there's no way," but it's understandable. Wish I would have gone to the game, but dude, it's yeah. I honestly be happy that he didn't go to the game. It was a pretty boring second half, and I know Danny said that he left early. So because it was a school night. So yeah, no, I think it's better off that I think that you didn't go. I'm honestly trying to go to the Wednesday game. I might just spend the $25 or whatever the ticket price is and just end up going. But everybody that I know has worked that day, so it's like kind of annoying. Redondo, oh my god, he can't defend at all. Takes too long in his passes. Yeah, I just don't like Redondo. I just don't like him. I just really, really don't like him. Matt, I'm biting my tongue on this, but Chelo wasn't bad. Yo, you beat me to it. You beat me to it. I was gonna mention the subs. Chelo was not bad. I will agree with you. Chelo off the bench was not bad. Who else came off the bench? Fafa. Fafa had a couple of chances that he could have put away. He didn't. I'm not like putting blame on him for that, but I just wish we were more clinical in front of goal tonight. We just couldn't put away our chances. We had a lot of opportunities from Fafa. Messi had a couple, but I mean, he ended up scoring. Suarez had plenty. We tried putting in crosses. They just weren't connecting. I just don't understand. I mean, Yannick Bright was a beast. Yannick Bright was probably the best sub that we had off the bench. It was him. It was Bright and Redondo. It was Bright and Chelo, honestly, were the two best players that came off the bench. Fafa was really trying to make an impact, but he just couldn't do it. I thought Bright literally hit the ground running when he came on for Redondo. He made like 2 tackles immediately as soon as he got subbed on, and it just shows that he belongs as a starter on this team. Santiago Morales, he didn't really do much. He was just kind of running around trying to put some passes together. Alan Obando, the same thing, didn't really do much. Oh, average. This is interesting. I haven't seen this before. Average player positions. So you can see essentially Jordi Alba played left back the whole game. Velasco was playing, you see, around here, into more central areas. We were playing the back three. We were playing 5 up top, essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to try to counter their 4 defenders. But and it would work. Like it worked, but we just couldn't finish. We had 23 total shots, guys. We had 23 total shots. Yo, nice seeing you at the game. Are you gonna go to the LAFC? Oh, dude, shout out to Sebastian. I completely forgot to do that at the beginning of the stream. Shout out to my boy Sebastian who said hi to me at the game today. You are a real one, my friend. You are a real one. Shout out to you, brother. Much love. Appreciate your support and watching the streams for on my end and for the Batter and Herons. Huge shout out to Sebastian, man. He's a legend. Am I going to the LAFC game? I am planning on it. So I probably will. I have work that day. And so I'm probably just gonna go after work and just be like, screw it. I'll go because like this is the most important game that we played so far this season, and I'm probably gonna vlog this game. I think like this is the game to vlog. I was gonna vlog today, but it was so boring. Like nothing happened. I feel like it'd be like a really really boring like thing to put together. I'll probably put like a TikTok or something together, like a short. But in terms of like a whole like 15-minute vlog, absolutely not. I if I end up securing like a good seat and not like a nice ticket for Wednesday, then I'm definitely vlogging. This team claims to be ambitious to win everything. Jorge Mas said CCC is the team's main goal. Yeah, 3 days before two leg versus LAFC, all the starters playing, Messi playing the full match. Messi playing the full 90 really bothers me, and because it's like because in when Messi plays a full 90, there's always the situation where like the day after or that game, it's like, oh, okay, now he's feeling discomfort in the adductor. I'm like, okay, well, why did he play the full 90 then? If we have a CCC win or go home situation on like 2 days later, like I don't like the fact that Messi played the full 90. I wish he could have came out with Suarez, to be honest. But I mean, maybe they still wanted to win the game, and maybe Messi was kind of wanted to help do that because he did look very frustrated, and I think he wanted to maybe do a little bit more. But to be honest, he was the man of the match of the game. So Mascherano playing fire to play Messi 90. Yeah, to play Messi 90 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. Messi will be tired in the second leg versus LAFC. Why this is just a useless regular season match? Why are they risking the CCC? Do they want to win Supporter Shield again? No, so what Mascherano said in the press conference before the game was that they still wanted to win this game to give themselves a good mindset for Wednesday, high morale to boost the team's spirits, because it's always very difficult to go off a loss, and then like if you don't play, or like let's say you don't take this game seriously and then you end up losing or tying, then it's like the team is even more frustrated, and then you have to go into Wednesday in a win or go home situation. But now that goes out the window because we played really hard. Maybe 10 to 15 minutes we were doing really really well. We were getting chance after chance after chance. They ended up scoring, um or no, we scored. No, they scored first, and then we scored after that. Um, and then we were getting, goals disallowed. And then in the second half, we turned it on again. We were doing bam, bam, bam. We were getting chances. Then we gave them a couple of chances. We switched off for a bit. And then for like the last 15, 20 minutes, we were completely off. Um, so so that makes it even worse because we played hard and we tried our best to win the game, and then we couldn't. We ended up with a very frustrating 1-1 tie. So I'm very interested to see how the team is going to react to this going into Wednesday. We need to take care. We need to take some more shots inside the box. I was so bored watching them circling the ball around. Toronto made it very difficult for Inter Miami to get in the box at all. So they were relying on Toronto is what I mean. So Toronto were relying on Miami to do like they wanted Miami to do over the tops. They wanted Miami to shoot from outside the box and not get into the penalty area, because like that was where they were less dangerous, being outside the box. And yeah, Messi could have ripped the one and scored, but that would have just been like Messi doing Messi type things. But at the end of the day, it worked. Like they played a very compact defense, and they ended up forcing them wide. It was very similar to the LAFC game. They were forcing Inter Miami wide, forcing them to play to Jordi Alba, to Fafa, to Chelo, or to whoever. And it ended up working. We barely put a pass into the half space. And when we did, it looked very promising. But then Gomi, and I forget the other defender's name, were able to recover very well. And Gomi actually honestly had a very, very good game for Toronto. He was locking down Messi. He was locking down all of our forwards, to be honest. In Argentina, they say Mascherano is horrible and that he destroyed Argentina. Really? They say that? Hope Mascherano gives Santi more minutes. He plays with maturity the past years. Really good decision maker. Bushi really puts our defense in a bad situation, which led to the Bernardeschi goal. Mascherano made a bad decision on this game. Made no sense for a regular season game. That's not a good reason to play like this. Only 3 days to rest. Total disaster. Who got icon of the match? Hopefully it wasn't Suarez. I think they ended up giving it to Messi. I'm giving my man of the match to Messi because he is the only one that kind of makes sense to give a man of the match to. I'm pulling it up on my phone and it's like not loading. Mascherano wanted to try something. They didn't put an icon of the match, probably because we didn't win. But they probably did. They were probably going to give it to Messi, but he was too frustrated. Wanted to try some Wednesday. Saw nothing. Slow as the last game. Do you see Mascherano fired if he gets eliminated by LAFC, especially if followed up getting embarrassed in the Club World Cup? I don't see him getting fired for that because, like, Mascherano. No, because Mascherano is doing very well, and even though CCC is the expectation, Mascherano built this team, and I think it's very unfair to judge him. Like, we're literally only a month into the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're like a month and like a week into the season. So, like, we're very, very early, extremely, extremely early into the season. And for us to already talk about him getting sacked is very, very unfair. Cello in for Frey. Can we please talk about that? LOL. I thought Cello played fine. I thought Cello, we talked about it earlier. I thought Cello played really well. He just likes to foul. He likes to get very physical, and then it ends up almost costing us. But no, I liked how Cello played today. If you're supporting any team, then you should always support the team at bad times. Also, the players bad at form. Yeah, of course. We're always going to be supporting it in Miami. I mean, I've been a season ticket member. I've been a season ticket holder since 2020. I've seen my Miami at their absolute worst. You know, like with players like I don't know, like Breck. Well, Breck was actually really good for us. I don't know. Like I just saw like I saw like Miami at their worst, and being the worst team in the league, I still supported them. I still went to the games when nobody else did, and now I'm here. I'm still here, and this will be my last season last year as a season ticket member because I don't live in Miami, so I live in fucking I live closer to Fort Lauderdale. But anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's frustrating. It's just, I like not the result. Well, the result is frustrating, but the performance too, because we could have easily beat these guys. Like, we could have easily put 4 past them, 5 past them, even maybe. But we just couldn't. We literally couldn't, and it sucks. It really, 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 really sucks. I think I want to see if I can post or pull up some. I don't know. Let me see if I could just like pull up something. Oh, this is what they're saying here. So after the goal that Messi scored, he is now the all-time leading goal contributor in the MLS with 44 goals and assists after tonight's goal, 8 goals and assists in 8 games during Miami this year, and 856 career goals for Messi. That's very, very, very impressive. Let's see what the people on Twitter are saying, because let's see. Inter Miami News says, chill, guys. It was actually an incredible tackle from Toronto's Nixon Gomi to deny Obando's winner. Oh my gosh, dude, look at that tackle. What the fuck? That is the tackle. I sit back here, by the way, guys. I sit all like back here and to the right. So there was no way I was seeing this. That is a crazy. Look at the positioning on that, the commitment, the dedication. Danny, a huge shout out to Danny Solana. He says Miami couldn't capitalize on their chances to settle for the draw at home. Eyes on Wednesday in the CONCACAF Champions League. Alex says Miami looked too predictable in the attack. Glad to see Obando debut. Messi going a 90 is an ideal considering Wednesday's match offensively. And Falcon are the ideal center back partnership. Messi and Co says 63% possession, 22 shots. The hands were extremely poor when it came to executing their chances. Defense wasn't much of an issue other than a few sloppy minutes. Messi played every minute and walks off visibly frustrated. Messi gets man of the match. Yeah, man. I mean, like, that's essentially that's kind of everything we talked about, to be honest. But I don't know. It just sucks because it's like this should have been the game where it's like, okay, let's destroy Toronto. Let's put 3 past Toronto, 4 past Toronto, and then let's go into the LAFC game with high spirits, being like, okay, this is how we're supposed to play. This is how we're supposed to win games. But instead, it's just another frustrating day at the office. I'm very, very worried as to how we're gonna go into this game against LAFC because clearly, well, LAFC, like, I forget who said it, but LAFC apparently didn't play well yesterday. So, I mean, which is great. It's a good sign for us, right? Did they end up winning? Let me look it up. They ended up losing. LAFC ended up losing to Houston 1-0 yesterday. That's crazy. Excuse me. That's crazy. Wow. I don't know, man. It's frustrating because like this team is so beatable, and we could have easily beat them. But I feel like LAFC are not playing to like, I don't want to say not playing to win, but it's like they're playing very like they're just playing like pussies. Like I don't know, they're playing like pussies. Like is the only way I can say it. They're playing like they played defensively. Toronto played defensively. I mean, like, they pressed us in the beginning, Toronto, with their freaking insane attackers, with Bernardeschi, with Insigne, with that number 9 that I forget. He has a long ass last name. With the Haitian kid, Etienne. Oh, I think he came on in the second half. I don't know. They Kristoff retire, 0 clue. I'm going to be honest. I know we just traded him, or I don't know if we traded him or released him. Obando looked really lost out there. He was nervous. He's 18 years old. This is his first game with us. Ashende had a similar game when he first debuted, like in the preseason. He was very, very nervous. So I'm not going to come out of Obando for that. He had like 2 or 3 big opportunities in front of goal that could have won the game. And unfortunately, that it just didn't play out in that way. If we play with heart on Wednesday, we will win because that first leg we didn't try at all. They need to work together. You can't just pass the ball to Messi every single time. Like I said, I'm very interested to see the approach that we take on Wednesday because Wednesday has to be all like, guys, we can do this. We can play. Let's play hard. Like, let's create opportunities. Let's be confident. Let's take control of the game because we're playing in our house. We're playing in our house where we feel comfortable at in front of our home fans. Like, there's just no there's no excuse. There's zero excuse. We need to play the hardest we've ever played so far this year, and probably the hardest that we've played ever since probably the Leagues Cup final 2 years ago now. Bro, why is your channel not grown? Why you should run ads on your video to get views? I love your videos from India. Why your channel is not grown? Why, bro, you should run ads on your videos to get views? I think it's grown pretty well. I mean, like, I have like 3,000 subscribers, which last year I barely had 1,000. So I think it's compared to last year, I think we've grown exponentially, and the live streams did not ever look like this ever. I would have maybe like 1 or 2 people here. If that, it would just kind of just be me talking to myself. I mean, like, if you go back to my streams, like, you'll see it. But I think I'm very grateful for you guys being here and you guys supporting and growing this channel and growing together. At least we walk away with a draw. Now we have to see if Messi's available. He should be. He really should be. Talking the issue of the team is supporting the team, and for an absolute reason of bad game plan for Mascherano. Toronto is the club number 118. Is the club number 118 that Messi scored on, considering Messi played 17 years in one league. That's very impressive. Who MLS announced as man of the match? I have no idea. It was probably Messi. Maddie now with the foul mouth. I don't know why Mascherano explained the team need to win for Wednesday. Does he really think Messi and the other players need that? Even if you get your mentality, you'll lose the legs. How to fight and win. The thing is that even though 24 hours, like, even how much time do we have? We have tomorrow, we have Tuesday. I mean, we only have 2 days. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the I mean, like, I just don't think he wanted to play an entirely rotated squad to kind of take this, like, kind of throw this game away, lose the game potentially, and then it's like, okay, well, now everybody has a I have no idea. It might, like, if it was me, I would have had like moderate. I would have had a little bit more rotation. Like, I wouldn't have started Messi. I probably would have started like I don't know. I probably would have rested. I don't know. I would have. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, at this point, that's it. It doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter. It's a frustrating result, but at the end of the day, I think we'll. I think we'll have. I think we'll have the motivation to go into Wednesday to want to win the game, because they know that this was not an acceptable result for this type of team. They know that. They're not going to say it out loud, but they know that for sure. And so I think that what I think, if Messi, whether it's Messi, whether it's Mascherano, whoever the other team leaders are, Busi and whatever, I think they're going to be very, very motivated to go into Wednesday and be like, bro, like, we need to win this game. Like, we need to not even just win this game. We need to completely dominate LAFC. Because like I said, we need to, if LAFC score 1 goal, we need to score 3. We need to score 3 goals in order to go through. So if we can put 3 past LAFC, we have to believe. We just need to have faith in this team. We need to have the belief, the confidence in this team to put a result, to finish our chances, to play beautiful football, and to want to win, to show that they want to win this game, to show that they want to win the Champions Cup. Because if they're struggling now in the quarterfinals, imagine when they get to if they get to the semifinals, when they get to the final. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's going to be very, very difficult. I'm assuming that Messi's going to be playing the full 90. I'm sure we're going to see. I don't know if Dele Ocean is going to be back for that game, which but still sucks. We really need to see him play. But I don't know. We're gonna save the majority of that talk for Tuesday. We're gonna do the preview for the game on Wednesday. I'm gonna try to get a ticket tomorrow, for that game, and then I'm gonna vlog it for you guys, and then I'm gonna try to put it together as quickly as I possibly can. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this live discussion, the post-game reaction to Inter Miami versus Toronto, 1-1 tie. Not the best result in the world, but hey, now the focus is on Wednesday. We focus for Wednesday. We regroup. We reset. We just put this in the past, and that's it. It happened. We're not going to let this affect us. We're going to go into tomorrow, go back into training like nothing ever happened. We're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to have a positive mentality, and then we're just going to hope for the best for Wednesday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. It's 11 o'clock. Everybody needs to go to bed. Everybody has work tomorrow. Monday, start of a new week. Let's start fresh, guys. Let's start fresh. And I'll see you guys back here on Tuesday. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Yeah, share with your friends. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Val Miami.
Que mira, bobo. Anda para allá, bobo.